Hello internet friends. In this video I am riveting on the cover panels. Now I am not going to lie, this is kind of a giant pain. At first look it looks straightforward because it's just a bunch of 3.5 sized rivets. But because it's in such an enclosed space it becomes more and more of a pain. If Oh, and this is the tool you need to do that. So that bucking bar is super handy to fit in all the little tight spaces. I'll put a link to it in the video description. But it is from Cleveland Tool, and it's a little tiny tungsten bucking bar that can get into really tight spaces. So I pretty much switch between that and the little tiny rectangular tungsten bar. But even the little tiny rectangular tungsten bar is too fat for some of the spaces that it needs to squeeze into. So definitely get one of those tiny tungsten bucking bars. Okay, mistake number 2 that I realized is that once I put on these cover panels, I can't use the 8-inch 1/8 set that I ordered. And since it was too late to undo all of this, because I would basically have to drill out all the rivets, I decided to try to back rivet the rivets for the tunnel into the spar. That was a mistake. Because the way I decided to do that was I thought, well, why don't I take the 1/8 set and see if I can just back rivet into the set. And short version is no, you can't, because there's no way to hold that set. Like, I basically just jammed my finger into one of the ribs. It really hurt. Cut it just a tiny bit, just enough to be annoying. Yeah, and so don't do that. That's a bad idea. And so then I thought, well, how am I going to do this? And then I thought, you know what, I'll just put the rivet in the other way. It's too late. And that's perfectly fine. They're universal rivets, so really they could go in any orientation. My preference is to put the machine head on the thinner metal and set that against the thicker metal, and have the shop head on the thicker metal, but it's not going to matter. So it's fine. I just turned the rivet around and didn't cause any further damage. And luckily I drilled it out and everything was fine. So there we go. Don't be stupid and follow the plans in the order that the plans have, and you won't end up in this situation. That is the lesson that I learned today, and I am constantly learning it over and over again, and I don't ever seem to learn. So I'm not sure how to fix that. I guess just make sure I follow the plans. I don't know, put an electric collar on. Every time I skip a step, it shocks me. I don't know how I'm going to solve that problem. Alright, so now that the cover ribs are riveted on, and the cover plates are riveted on to the cover ribs, then next up is to attach both of these halves of the fuselage, which you can see clearly, the top half, right, or forward fuselage, and the mid fuselage at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. I'll have one giant assembly that I won't be able to move by myself, and I'll have to go find some help. So it'll probably stay on the table for a while, although I do have the Andrew Kilroy gave me his rotisserie, so a long time ago, back when I had the Mooney, because I flew over there and picked it up. So I may put it on the rotisserie. I'm not sure if it's time for that yet or not. It will definitely be time for that once I need to start doing wiring and I don't have any landing gear. because I'm not going to climb up and over any side skins. I'm going to need to tip it over. In fact, yeah, no, I just figured it out by thinking out loud. That's exactly when I'm going to put it on the rotisserie, is when I need to do wiring. It is pretty exciting to look down at the plane at this angle because it's starting to look like a cockpit. It'll look a lot more like a cockpit once I put the side skins on and put in the panel. So, yeah, just admiring the view. Okay, and on that note, we've had lots of activity in the Vans RV Slack channel lately. Lots of activity in the Wall of Shame, unfortunately. Also, RV-14 and RV-10 builders. 8 builders, sorry, I don't know where you're at. Although, you know who I need to get is Nikki and JT that are building an 8 in one of the hangars behind me. They should join the 8 channel because they're smarter than all of us, really. Like, they're doing all the fiberglass and metalwork, and I'm like, oh, I'm building the 14 because I don't know how to do any of this. So come join the Slack group. I'll see you there, and see you in the next video.